Good morning, Internet. I hope you're all doing well today. Oh, I'm on camera. You can do it. I believe in you. There we go. Oh, click that button too many times. Oh, there we go. Okay. I've had kind of a slow morning today. Got up a bit earlier than I expected. You know. So I'm still kind of sluggish, but hopefully playing a bit of Mario will help fix that. I thought this was louder before. There, that should be better. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with Toad for a bit. Unfortunately, Bree is not here, so he is at work. So, come on. Just want to be careful about these hitboxes. They seem kind of finicky. Oh, that's not the way to go. Kind of hoping something else would happen. I don't know what, but something. Mainly just like a star coin to be revealed or something. Oh, never mind. Star. We were close. Almost got that. Hey there, Jensen Patat, or however I'm supposed to pronounce that. How are you today? I don't really want a star. I'm doing pretty good. It's a little early for me, but you know, I'm more used to streaming in the evenings, but trying to experiment, trying to try some different times. Oh, fell on that too long. I mean, I say it's early, but it's still, you know, 10 a.m. It's not exactly early. Early enough for someone who regularly stays up until... You're a pro at this game? I am not. I am not very good. I do play a lot of 2D Mario games, but like not on a regular basis. So I don't usually... So it's been a long time since I've played a 2D Mario game. Pretty much since Mario Maker came out, I haven't played one. Other than playing Super Mario Bros. 3 off and on. I made the world record speedrun 7.8 on the Wii, but this is on another one. That's pretty good. I feel like... Oh shit. I feel like speedrunning 2D Mario games are sort of like on a different level from other games that you speedrun. Because this one's very much about like just hitting that optimum route. Optimum speed, just, you know, having nothing get in your way, keep going. It's very technical. Not really a whole lot of things like RNG involved. That didn't work out. They're definitely interesting speedruns to watch, though. I'm just gonna take our time. Avoid the death. Vincent Patet, thank you for the follow, dude. Much appreciated. I'm glad my subpar playing of this game was at least somewhat impressive of you, to you. Oh. Cats is making noise in the other room. I'm a nice guy. Thanks, dude. You're also a nice guy. I feel like anybody willing to follow someone like me is nice enough to be a nice guy. If nothing else, that's about what I've got going for me here, is being a nice person. I need to go, come to the next stream. Yeah, that would be nice. I mostly stream in the evenings. You can see underneath the channel description there's my schedule there, so I'll be streaming again at 6 p.m. Eastern tonight, so thanks for coming by, dude, and thanks for the follow. Have a good day. Uh-oh. I don't think we're getting that quite. I love the differences in the sounds that both of these snakes make. You got this big one, oh, I missed the checkpoint. Oh, not good. This one's bigger. And I missed the checkpoint. Jeez, I might have to go splash some cold water on my face or something. Wake me up. I would have made coffee, but my coffee pot was dirty and I'm honestly too lazy to clean it. I did it again. Uh-oh. Okay. That ended poorly. Of the fact that I have one viewer currently and do what I just said I was going to do. Alright. Face has been splashed. Feel a little bit more awake now. That's done. Got so many controllers around here, I have no idea what to do with them. Uh-oh. Don't jump over the mushroom. Learn from our mistakes. No. Bad. good. That worked. Much better that time. And we get the checkpoint, but we don't have to do it again. Gotta be patient here. So glad I didn't get hit there. So it's just not conducive to playing a video game and watching chat at the same time. Oh, I did it again. See, I keep wanting to do it like Mario Bros. 3. Run up to him and jump. It works every time, but it doesn't work in this one. And it makes me sad. Saved. Suppose I could have done that level first. Let myself warm up a little bit more. Damn it. Do not want star. Yeah, it looks impressive. I mean, it's not the best mic in the world, but it does the job. It's blue snowball, but it also has I also have a shock mount for it. And then the arm is just, it was like $15. How you doing today, Blue Blocks? Just okay, that's not too bad. Suppose could be a lot worse than okay. Please go the other direction, sir. Thank you. It is a weird creature indeed. Makes for very slow platforming. I am not bold enough to try and jump over every single one, especially not while they're moving. It's doing good for a while. Not so much anymore. Should probably adjust this. I always forget to adjust that between playing PC and console games. Suppose you probably want to see a bit more than just my microphone. Oh. Damn it. Really? Only two? All that hot ass. Well, you're certainly gonna get a lot of hot ass around here. Depends on what kind of hot ass you're looking for. It looks quite scary indeed. Haunted forests tend to be scary. I am not a fan of this part of the game. I haven't played this game since the original came out on Wii U. So I don't remember a whole lot about the game, but I do remember this part. It's not fun. It's not just this level either, it's like all the levels in this forest require you to find like multiple exits. Come on. Hey, excuse me. Picadora, yeah. Yes. The Yoshi babies will help us figure out which way we're supposed to go. Good old baby Yoshi. And this is a red flag pole, so this is technically a secret exit, but given that this is a ghost house, really just an exit. Any exit's a good one, secret or not. Well, that's a secret exit, you know. Doesn't really continue in this world. That's a different story. Toad looks like he's wearing a diaper. Yeah, that's pretty much the general consensus. A lot of people agree. It looks like he's wearing a diaper. It also doesn't help that the raccoon suit makes it puff up a little bit, so it's kind of like he shit himself when he gets the raccoon power up. Big buzzies. You're gonna be. Oh damn it! Would you look at that? Oh. I managed to save it, and then I choked it. I got saved, and then I waited too long to jump, and... Toad is very cute while he's tiny. Come on. Oh. Come on now. Just don't want to get hurt. Also, if you notice, jumping on the buzzies plays a note, and each subsequent buzzy plays the next note in a scale. And if you play a full scale, you get a 1-up. Pressing the pause button is not going to save me. Just like that. Play a scale, get a 1-up. That was close. Yep, not getting that one. Onward, Buzzy. Freedom. We are getting this one. Come on, faster. Bonsai Bill is not a friend. Uh-oh. Come on. Please. I don't think I can get through that red pipe. It's not easy, blue blocks, but I could have gone through that red pipe. I'm sure you could do a blue block, so it takes a lot of practice, but eventually you get good at 2D Mario games. In the middle of class studying for exams, so you can't watch too much. That's cool, man. Don't worry about it. I figured people would be, you know, in school today. This is the first time we're doing afternoon or morning streams, so on a Tuesday at least. Saturday was a different story. Saturday there's no school, so. You have a good one, Chris. We'll be back this evening at 6, so. Oh, Cloud Ride. Oh yeah, this level. This one's interesting. Not a fan. I like being able to see what I need to platform on. Flash through. Uh-oh. That didn't work. That didn't work either. Yeah, I have 100% of this game in the past on the Wii U. It was very aggravating, to say the least. Bad. Please don't nip me. No nippy. I'd like to show off at least like every level on stream. But I'm probably gonna go back and get all the star coins in my own time. Let's do that casually when I don't have to worry about rage quitting on stream. So that one was a secret exit. What if we go this way? I hope you're hungry. Is this the normal exit? Or at least take me to the normal exit? Takes me somewhere. That's for sure. Coins up here. There we go. Eat the boo. Is that not how I get in there? That's how I get in there. Okay. Yay, coins. This just took us back here. Back, foul demon. And through the door at the bottom. Not doing this without you, baby Yoshi. Whatever. I don't think I need the one-ups. Yeah, these are the shitty levels. These are the 2 levels where both of these levels, if you get the normal exit, they just loop back. Though I do like this level. Excuse me. That light feels weird. I always feel like I shouldn't go underneath the light of those jellyfish. I mean, I'm not gonna try it, but I'm pretty sure if you touch the jellyfish, they're gonna hurt you, obviously. Wow. I got cocky and I lost it. Oh, I'm hitting my head off of the statue there. Yeah, that's the normal exit. I don't remember where the secret exit. Oh, this is another really good level. At least just in the way it looks. I'm just sitting here like trying not to pay attention to the background. No. Sad. That's the button for items. Really? So they're just like they're useless to me unless I use Toadette. That's no fair. I'm planning on using Toadette anymore. Yawn. Oh, that's the second one. That's a one up. Uh-oh. I just didn't know if that was gonna go all the way underwater. Would have been very bad. That changed my momentum suddenly. Oh, really? Oh, missed the jump. This take me. Oh, this is the secret exit. Thought that place where it was like ground pound here would be the secret exit, but I guess not. Alright.
What? Oh.
Avoid the booze. That's not the direction I wanted to go. Nobody's here to watch that. Never mind. Jeffrey Mixer, hey, how's it going? How's the game? I mean, it's about the same as it was 5 or so years ago when the first one came out. I mean, it's pretty good. Can't complain. It is indeed a good game. How are you doing, Jeffrey? Uh-oh. Yeah, like I played this game when it first came out, so And I 100%. I just love Mario games. Me too. It's been a while since I played a 2D Mario game, so while I would have loved to have a new one, I'll take the port. Didn't really play it on Wii U. I love the Wii U version. Like, I 100%ed this and the new Super Luigi U DLC. It was a good time. I just... You know, I can't... It's hard when it's all the same again. Like, it doesn't feel the same as like playing New Super Mario, or not New Super Mario Bros. Like the original Super Mario Bros. Over again. But more like Super Mario Bros. 3 for me. That's the one I play the most. But even like Super Mario World, that has a lot of replay value. I don't know what it is about the new Super Mario Bros. Series, but they're very much like... The first time you play it is the best time you're gonna have, and that's about it. At least for me. Never really enjoyed replaying any of these games. That's not to say that they're bad games, it's just... They start to blend together after a while. Super Mario World is your favorite? See, I've never finished Super Mario World. Mainly just because I'm not really like... I'm not huge on Super Nintendo. So I've never sat down to finish Super Mario World. Oh, let's not make the same mistake again. Damn it. Yeah, I'm much more of an NES person. Original Mario Bros. 1 and 3 are definitely my go-to 2D Mario games. I played a lot of Super Mario Maker too. That was good. Then eventually it became very flooded with bad levels. It just started to become very difficult to find good levels without having to, you know, go online and pick levels out yourself. I have hope it'll come to Switch one day, Jeffrey. One day. It just doesn't make sense to leave that kind of thing behind. I just hope they give it like... I just hope they give it a lot of new features. One feature that would be great to have in Mario Maker is slopes. Imagine the kind of stuff people could make with that. That would be nice. But... oh. Yeah, that was one design choice that I'm surprised a lot of people never really talked about. I never really saw a lot of mention of the fact that you couldn't make slopes in Mario Maker. And I mean, it's kind of understandable just because Mario 1 didn't have anything like that, but I mean, that's the only game that didn't have it. I'm sure it wouldn't be that difficult to make a Mario 1 sprite of Mario sitting to slide. I made a lot of new Mario 1 sprites, that wouldn't have been too complicated. Or just, you know, you can't slide down slopes in Mario 1 levels. I don't know, I had a lot of ideas for Mario Maker. I wasn't much of a level maker, but a lot of just little things that probably would have gone very far. That being said, it's hard to play Mario Maker these days just because it's either absolute trash or it's a bunch of like really hard stuff, and unless you want to learn like all the super advanced tricks, you're not gonna have a good time. Mario's always been a very casual game for me, so... I remember this level too, and I'm not a fan. Lava waves, not cool. I keep pausing to use items when I don't intend to. Or I guess pressing the plus button, it's not really a pause in the overworld. I watched Dashi on YouTube and they put that man through hell on the troll levels. Oh yeah. I watched a lot of Dashi, but I've seen a few of his videos. He's a very committed Mario Maker player. When it comes to some of those levels. I mainly watch Steven plays He did, Stephen George, he did a lot of, well, he did like 3 years of playing Mario Maker levels. But he was kind of the same way as me. He wasn't interested in like all the hard stuff. He wanted to play like, you know, interesting designs, interesting kind of concepts and things like that. Like he played a lot of proof of concept levels, a lot of just things that are well designed but not hard, you know? Yeah. And then eventually over time it became more and more. Hey man, oh hey Dan, how's it going? I'm not too bad. Just, you know, keeping on, keeping on. All that good stuff. Have you been? I heard your car got stolen the other day. Or something. I thought I saw something like that on Facebook. I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook anymore these days. Doing alright, taking it easy, slept in. Yeah, I would have liked to sleep in, but I'm trying to give these morning streams a try, so far it hasn't been too bad. Oh yeah, this fight. That's one. That's two. Okay. It got stolen, thankfully I had a replacement in the works already. I parked the car and taken the plates off, which is why I guess they figured it was stealable. Yeah, it's a lot harder to identify a car without plates. It's usually the first thing to go anyway. Must have needed parts for an old Sebring. Yeah. Well, at least it wasn't, you know, a total loss. Definitely could have been a lot worse, given how you describe it there. That's definitely well, for one, not a situation I'd want to be in, but like, that's fucked up. Just showed up and towed it away. But I guess, you know, if it didn't have plates on it, it's just... Yeah, life goes on, not too much you can do. Best not to dwell on it, fair enough. Forgot how hard this game can be. So did you already get your replacement vehicle, or are you still waiting on that? You gotta know what'd you get. Oh. No. I don't know why my automatic reaction in some of those situations is to pause the game. Chrysler 200, not too bad. Admittedly, I don't know a whole lot about cars anyway, so... Yeah, I'm mostly just applying for jobs, trying to find something good. Trying to find something in Barrie so I can move back home and, well, home, be closer to my little brother. This one is newer and less rusty than my old one, yeah. That's about as much as I'd look for, is not so much rust. As long as it doesn't make weird noises when it starts going, then it's good enough for me. Fuzzies make me uncomfortable. Yeah, so I've mostly just been trying to take advantage of this time while I have it. You can only spend so much time applying for jobs in a given day. So streaming's been one way of keeping myself occupied and working towards something. Yeah, like I got my master's in library and information science, and it's sort of this weird situation where there's simultaneously a lot of things you can do with it, and not a lot of things you can do with it. Like there's all kinds of different fields that you can get into. But at the same time, it's like, it's all really dependent on what kind of jobs are out there at the time. So I've been applying to like maybe 4 or 5 jobs a month, and the first job I applied to after graduating, I'm still talking to them. And, you know, like, they still haven't hired anybody for that position that I applied for, and it's like, you know, I still haven't gotten an interview. They keep asking me to give them this, that, and the other. Like, as far as I know, most of the positions that I have applied for just haven't filled the position yet, and they haven't called anybody or done anything. It is weird. Yeah, like, I'm still hopeful, you know, until they tell me to stop, until they tell me the position's been filled and to stop calling them, like, I'm gonna keep letting them know that I'm interested in the position. But, it's just so frustrating because I'm just sitting here waiting, really, on everything. Like, I filled out 2 different applications last week. Yeah, it's a good thing to do, just hang out and wait. Like, between Alyssa's working right now, so she's basically supporting the both of us between that and our savings. So, like, it's not like we're in a bad position, it's just, you know, she tells me, like, and between her and, like, everybody else, it's like, don't devalue your degree, just hold out until you can get the job that you want, so that you don't end up getting the job that you want and getting paid shit for it. But then it just leaves me here, you know, playing video games on the internet. Which has been going pretty good. As you can see, I'm up to 30 followers already, so that is not too bad. But you get kind of cabin fever after a little while. But, like, I applied to 2 more jobs last week, but, like, both of those, like, the job postings don't even close until the 25th of this month. So who knows when they're gonna actually do interviews for those. Anyway, how's Sudbury been? Still cold? Have you thought of checking out places like the CRA and other government-type positions? Pay is decent, and now they're pretty keen on hiring people with university-level education. I've checked out a few things. Like, one of the jobs I applied for was, like, for the city of Barrie. So, there's that. And for what I'm told, like, it's a unionized position, so they have to interview everybody, but it's been, like, almost a month. Won't be something to stick to forever, but a nice place to coast along while you're waiting for something in your field. Yeah, would be an idea. I'll have to check something out. Like, at this point, I wouldn't mind something small, so long as it still gives me time to do stuff like this, really. Sudbury weather's been pretty wonky lately. Yeah, I feel that. Like, we only got proper snow a couple days ago in London. But yeah, given a little bit of time, I'm gonna have to find some sort of intermediary position. That's the thing, like a lot of stuff in my field is like 1 to 2 year contracts. I had a couple opportunities that I could have taken, but they were like I want to move to Barrie, but a lot of the jobs that I could have taken were in Toronto, which commuting to from Barrie to Toronto is not too bad, but the pay for those positions was not sufficient enough for such a thing. Like, it was mostly like 45K for a year. Lots to consider, yeah. It's mostly just like, I didn't think about this stuff beforehand. And now that I'm stuck, like, you know, I finished my master's, and like, I'm not going back to school. I'm not getting back into that. That's not anytime soon. But now it's just like, you sit there and you ruminate about it. Spent a lot of time doing fuck all before I started doing this. Yeah, like moving to Barrie is my main goal. I'm sure I'd probably have a bit better luck when it comes to jobs if I didn't limit myself like that, but you know, my little brother's almost 5 now, and I'm tired of not being a regular part of his life. That, and I don't plan on having kids anytime soon, so his presence kind of makes up for it. Played any interesting games recently, Dan? You don't really strike me for the Super Mario Bros. Type. If I'm being honest with you. Vegging out, doing nothing. Yeah. Yeah, like I graduated in August, and I pretty much did that from the end of, like the middle of August up until like the beginning of December. Playing a bit of Fable Anniversary, a bit of Witcher 3, and some Halo. Yeah, I've been craving Halo for a while, but I also don't have an Xbox, so that puts a bit of a wrench in things. nice. I miss being able to do that with friends. Well, it's not that I couldn't, I just... I don't have a lot of friends in London that play video games, is the problem. Over there. Was once a huge Halo player, not so much anymore. Yeah, back in the day when I had a 360, I was not so much Halo. I played a lot more of Gears of War. What's that? Really? That's all that's here? Is a 1-up? I used to play a lot of Gears, like, even when I sold my 360, I kept my copy of Gears 3. Only ever played Gears 1. Mechanically, it gets a lot better after Gears 1. Like, they fixed a lot of the issues with the cover system going forward after the first one. The enemies get a lot more interesting, and they get, you know, better AI and over time. And they changed because they had the whole down but not out system, so, you know, you lose all your health and you go down, but you can still get revived, or you can get executed by an enemy. In the first one, you couldn't move when that happened, but in the second one, onward, you were capable of moving. And if you had a grenade equipped, you could also use a grenade while you were down but not out to sacrifice yourself and kill somebody before they execute you, which was neat. Come on, Acorn. No! Okay, good. Oh. Don't worry, baby Yoshi. It's you and me against the world. Oh. Never mind. But yeah, most of those Xbox franchises, I haven't played past, pretty much past the 360. He needs more food. Well, he's not getting any more now. Level seems a lot easier without the burden of baby Yoshis. I feel like a lot of things are easier without children. Oh, hey. Excuse me. Bought an Xbox One with the Master Chief Collection. That didn't go well, and I just sold it and got into PC. Yeah. I finally ended up getting a new processor for my PC, and at this point, there's like literally nothing else. I could add more RAM. I've only got 8 gigs of RAM, but other than that, like I've got nothing else left that I can do with this thing. Like it has reached maximum capacity unless I get a new motherboard. That's going to be my goal for this year, is to build a new PC and then use this one that I have here as like a dedicated streaming rig. That way I can definitely... That way I wouldn't have to worry about like, you know, having to balance both streaming and playing PC games at the same time. For the most part, it's fine, but a couple of games, like once it starts getting to like the top range of what my computer can do, it starts to, you know, then I gotta make compromises if I want to stream it. My computer can just barely run Fallout 76 without exploding. I'm more or less in the same boat. If I want to upgrade, I need a new motherboard. I mean, I guess I could drop... Yeah, like, you could just, you know... You could get, like, top-of-the-line graphics card, but if your CPU's not up to it, you don't have the RAM for it, this, that, and the other... And that's part of why I don't really stream. I built this thing to run games at 4K Ultra, not to play things at 1080p so other people could watch my streams. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not quite that picky. Like, as long as it's stable, it's fine for me. You know, stable, it doesn't look like it's running on a potato. Like, I played through Dark Souls 3. That was the first game that I did on stream, and it was kind of good because I learned a bit more about my computer and what I can do with it. But at the same time, you know, I was at medium settings throughout the whole thing. My computer can run it at max settings, but when it comes to trying to stream at the same time, that didn't work out. What hardware do I run? I have a gigabyte motherboard. I don't really know the specs of the motherboard off the top of my head. Damn it. My CPU is an AMD FX 9350, I believe the number is. It's basically the best like AM3X chip you can get, or AM3 Plus. And my graphics card is an AMD Sapphire something. I'm gonna look that up for you actually. FX 8350 for my first build. Yeah, I had the 6300, the FX 6300 originally, or 6400. I don't know my numbers off the top of my head very well. AMD Radeon R9 200. And it's got 4 gigs video RAM. $9590, that's what it is. AMD FX 9590, 8-core processor. And then 8 gigs of RAM. I'm always on the fence about upgrading my RAM too, like, not sure if it's the right choice or not. I can't get another one of the same card that I already have, so it's like, do I mix and match, or do I just get the upgrade? Who knows? I'm sure somebody knows. Somebody could tell me. Somebody could probably play this game a bit better than I can. You'd recommend a RAM upgrade? Yeah, like, I'd have to talk to somebody about the mix and match options. Because I've got, well, how's it going, Ruthless? I'd have to talk to somebody about it, certainly. I know a couple people, I just haven't asked. Come on. Good afternoon. Is it noon? Almost noon. I don't know how one says your name, sir, who just said good afternoon. Ms? Alright, I'll go with Ms. But get back to me in about 13 minutes, and I'll tell you how my afternoon's going. In the meantime, you can tell me how your afternoon's going, Ms. Hopefully well. GPU's an R9 200? Yeah. I miss my gaming PC. I went to servers to play with, but missed my gaming rig. Yeah. F. F indeed, Ruthless. I hope you didn't come here to see some top tier 2D Mario gameplay, Ruthless, because this is not the place for that. I had an R9 280 in the tower with my 8350. I had no idea what I was doing, didn't get proper cooling for the rig, and it was overheating all the time. I thought AMD was just garbage because of that. Yeah, I hear that. Like, cooling has been the big thing. Like, only recently have I actually figured out cooling for this rig. And like now it's fine. Like, I barely ever go up past 60 degrees Celsius. It's just like, but I feel ya. Like, I had overheating issues for years, and I never just wanted to bite the bullet and, you know, deal with it. Damn it. My old build was an 8350, but on install bent a pin and kept blue screening. Didn't realize until I swapped to an i5. Ooh. Yeah, like, I've always been very paranoid about that. Like, you should see me when I actually do work on my computer. It is awful. I look like I just flip shit entirely, and it's terrible. Because I get so anxious about it. Because it's like one mistake and you know, there goes your entire rig. I'm not pushing that button. I'm not interested. Gets easier when you've done it a few times. Over time, yeah. The last few times that I've had to clean out my PC has been a lot better. But like, I had an incident where like I accidentally took off like the entire bracket for my cooling fan when I was trying to replace it. Like, parts that I didn't need to remove from the motherboard. And then when I was trying to put it back on, like, the screws just refused to go back in. I was like, I was livid after that. Like, I was sitting there panicking because I couldn't get one screw in. But I ended up finding another screw in my toolbox and replaced it. My latest was an Alienware 17R3 laptop. That thing was greatness, though. Yeah. If it wasn't for the fact that, like, I'd much rather build my own PC, I'd definitely try and get near Alienware. Activate Super Guide. Luigi will show you a sample run. No thanks. That's fine. Okay, game. I can figure it out myself. Maybe. Damn it. i7 4790K plus MSI 1060 6G, and my main rig's an i7 770 plus EVGA 1080 Ti. That's a lot of RAM, Miz. That is quite the stack of RAM. I feel like quite the bab. compared to you guys and your beastly hardware. But yeah, that's my plan for this year, is to save up for a new PC. Build something nice. And more importantly, future-proof it. So I didn't realize when I was building this one that, like, the AM3 Plus processors were on their way out. So, you know, I got a deal on a good motherboard. But, you know, if I want to upgrade my entire rig, that motherboard's pretty much the first thing that needs to go. Processors are on their way out the second they get it released. That's the problem too, like... Like, I feel like most of my issues have been processor issues. Yeah, at least that makes me feel a little bit more comfortable about my decision when it comes to the motherboard. Knowing that I'm not the only one that has to suffer through this. It's just, if I had known, probably would have thought about it a little bit more. See, I go to some older models, screw the newest gen. Most, not all, but most new gens have marginal increases. See, that's what I read a lot of when, oh, thank God. I read a lot of that when it came to, like, I upgraded from the FX 6300 to the FX 9590, and I noticed a huge difference. Like, there was a significant difference between the two. Now, I don't know if I just, like, it was also in combination with some other stuff, but, like, it definitely changed my computer for the better. The only thing you can do is research what you need for what you want. I got a boss fight. I'll read those in a second. Come on. Damn it. Too slow. This is frustrating. There we go. That's probably a better plan. There we go. The only thing you can do is research what you need for what you want to do. When it comes to gaming, it's mainly single core, high clock speeds that get the job done. Yeah, and that's the thing, like my processor's been mostly fine when it came to gaming, but when it comes to streaming, it's a whole other deal. That eats away at my processor very quickly. And I'm only streaming in 720p, 30 frames per second. Like, this is, you know, a happy medium. I could probably go up since I'm using a capture card right now and not, you know, streaming from, well, obviously I'm streaming from my PC, but I'm not playing on my PC. Save the cash, invest in other aspects of the build, more RAM, GPU, etc. Several levels slash gens. I guess so. Big clock speed jump from those models. $4790K overclocks to about 4.7. The 77K is base clock of 4.6. So my advantage is basically I don't have to overclock my computer, but I get virtually the same performance, at least when it comes to gaming. See, that's what I was told when it came to upgrading my processor. They were like, yeah, like going from the 6300 to the 9590, like that's not gonna make a huge difference. Like, you know, you'll have more cores, but like it'll basically just be an overclocked 6300. And I was like, you know, but I also got it for $100, so there's that. Like, I got a good deal on that processor. But yeah, I think if I upgrade the RAM, I'll probably have a better time on this computer. Excuse me. It's kind of true, but not entirely. Gotta really overclock the 6300. Get matching performance, probably overheated like crazy. Yeah, like that thing was already having overheating issues as well, so. But like, gaming's been fine, you know. The processor upgrade was sufficient enough to have me able to run Fallout 76 without issues. It's just like, if I want to play new games and stream them, then I gotta make compromises. But like, Alyssa's got a computer over here, like literally right next to me. So I'm not sure, but I've been considering like moving my stream setup over to that computer and then using that one to stream, and then I can use my capture card to capture my main PC here. And that one's not too bad off, but I need to, some games are more CPU bound and some are more GPU bound. I've definitely noticed that, like Dark Souls, once I got the drivers for my GPU working properly, Dark Souls was just strictly GPU, but I did a Hat in Time, and that one was mainly CPU, and that was awful. It was god awful. Like, when the game wasn't lagging constantly, like it was eating my inputs at every turn. Pretty simple ways to set up a second PC for streaming. You don't need the capture card. You can use a network. That's also an option. Capture card just seems like the easiest, since, you know, I can output to two monitors with my computer. I have the setup, but I just don't do it. Jake. Jake's come to Give me some company here. Cat. Yeah, we got a cat. One of many. Yeah, this capture card was also like, you know, this was also a fluke. I got this thing for $100 at Best Buy on a what's it? A Boxing Day sale. It is indeed a snowball. It's the blue snowball, but I've also got a shock mount for it as well that I got for Christmas. The snowball is not too bad. I've noticed a lot of people use the snowball since I started using it. Obviously, like, I've been contemplating picking up a mic for some time now, but everything I probably would never use it though. Yeah, like they make something that would sound good with musical recording. I haven't tried it yet for music, but this mic might, like, I'll get back to you if I ever do test this mic for music. I'll let you know how good it is for that. But it's got both cardioid and omnidirectional options. So it could probably be used for a decent setup. The only problem is that it's USB powered, so you'd have to do some, like, I'm using a software mixer to amplify my microphone right now, because my mic doesn't actually have built-in amplification. It's just kind of powered by USB and take what you get, so it's been super quiet for the most part, but I've been using an open source mixer to put in some, like, some gain after the fact. And for the most part, it hasn't been too bad. Like, obviously you can hear it, you know, you're listening to it right now. And I personally haven't noticed too many issues with it. I mean, obviously, like, I can't watch myself while I'm streaming, so I put a lot of faith in the people that watch me to tell me that it sounds good. But I haven't had an issue with it. Well, I've had a few issues with it, actually. Mainly, like, it came on, like, this piddly little stand that was probably about, like, 6 inches tall. And if you want to use that for anything, like, it's just a terrible inconvenience. Not too much boom in the voice, it sounds smooth. Yeah, like, I could fiddle with equalizers, but I'm not too picky. I already did that once, and, you know. I do need to work on my audio setup a bit more, though. I just need to figure out how to get, like, virtual audio cables set up so that I'm not running everything through the same mixer. Oh, how's it going, John? Good to see you. I hate when people try to make their voice sound all thick and manly, catering to the earbud weavers out there. Oh, I don't have to try to make my voice sound thick and manly. I listen through hi-fi home theater setups, so I appreciate clean, accurate sound. Yeah, that's good. Like, I usually do, like, a kind of home theater setup, because, you know, trying to take advantage of the small space in my apartment. So I've got my TV's mounted on the wall, like, right next to my computer here. So I do use a lot of stuff through the TV or through, like, my speakers here. Hello. Good to see you too, man. How's it going? Pretty good, John. Just keeping on, really. Reed just got home from work, so. All the cats have to inspect what she brought home.
Cat litter.
Cat litter.
Ooh.
Cat litter's exciting. Just got home from school. Yeah, I figured it was a school day. Has definitely had an impact on my viewership. Training HT setup on a PC can be annoying though. Windows 10 seems to despise interacting with my amp/receiver. I've heard a lot of things about Windows 10 and audio. I hesitate to say it, but I haven't had much of an issue with it myself. But like, other than the well, I use an open source mixer called Voice Meter, and then I use the AMD Radeon, what do you call it? Realtek sound. See, I just run through various TVs and media. I don't direct run the machine to the audio equipment. Yeah, the thing is, like, DMTR and I are both music graduates, so we play a lot of music, so we're very keen on our audio. Movie and TV, yeah. There's a big difference in taste for audio between, like, musicians and people that are into, like, things like film. Not to say that there can't be crossover, obviously, but, like, my audio setup is going to be vastly different from, say, my buddy who's a film graduate. I've spent what should have been my life savings on current HT setup. When I hear most TV speakers, it makes me cringe a bit, yeah. Yeah, like, these headphones are probably the best thing that I have for audio right now. I've got some cheap speakers that, you know, I basically just wanted speakers that had a subwoofer. That was sufficient enough for me. Need to be able to hear my bass, and that's it. But like, my TV though, the audio on my TV is starting to go, which is kind of sad. Excuse me. I need that. Yeah, these are the Turtle Beach Stealth 300s. So like, they have the Stealth 600s, which are a wireless headset, and they're like almost 400 bucks Canadian. But this is a wired headset. And it was like less than 100 bucks, and it's basically the same hardware but plus a wire. Free is returned to us. All is right in the world. So these headphones have been very good. I have a pair of Sennheisers that I use as a reference for flat, accurate response comparisons. Yeah, like that's definitely the goal. Is I would like to get another pair of Sennheisers. I used to have them, but then cats. One of these days I'll redo my living room audio setup. Granted, that's way down the list, so yeah, same. Like, I'd like to do a full audio setup, but due to circumstances, it's not exactly something I can do right now. And it's not very high on my list of priorities, so. I also don't listen to a lot of things like as loud as a lot of other people do. Oh. I picked mine up for about $180 at Best Buy, the HD 569 model. No bells and whistles, just clean, good sound. Nice. Yeah, I feel that. Just like, give me something simple. It doesn't have to be like, you know, Bluetooth, built-in audio equalizers, this, that, and the other. Just, you know, 3.5mm jack. Stereo or surround sound. Make sure every little bit of money that's going into it is either going towards the quality of the audio or the quality of, you know, the actual housing itself. So that's another big thing for me is like the comfort. Like if I'm gonna be sitting here streaming for like 3 or 4 hours wearing these headphones, I want them to be comfortable. My priority is hard drive space, always running out of it. I've never had that feeling, honestly. Like, I thought I might have to experience that when it came to starting these streams, but like, I can just directly export my streams from Twitch to YouTube, so I don't even have to download them. See you, Yoshi. It didn't help that much anyway. I specifically bought a stereo headset. My thinking was that the less features like surround emulation and so forth, the more money was put into quality stereo reproduction. Basslines are so defined. Not yet heard any speaker sound so flat and accurate. Yeah, like, I don't know, I'd definitely, like, I'd have to invest in, like, multiple different sets of headphones to see if which I preferred, stereo or surround. Like, I used to have a really good set of Bose headphones that were stereo, and, like, those were, like, my practice headphones that, I used those for practicing my instrument or listening to music or whatever. But I also had a set of an old set of Turtle Beach headphones that I can't remember what they are, but those were simulated surround headphones, and those were also really good. But I mostly use them for like surfing the net and watching movies and stuff. Server's a media server. Yeah, I suppose somebody's got to hang on to that. How's it going, Menos? Good to see you. Haven't talked to you in a while. How was your trip to Ottawa, Menos? Bay HD tower only half full. I don't know a whole lot about servers, but you're doing the Lord's work, man. It was amazing. I had a really good time. I know. Ottawa is such a nice place when you're visiting. Excuse me. It's unfortunately the problem. The only way to truly compare products is to have both. Yeah. Plantronics Game Con surround headphones as well, and they sound pretty decent, but the Sennheisers are cut above. Oh yeah. You can't go wrong with Sennheisers. You really just can't. Miz, thank you for the follow. Glad you're having fun. It's much appreciated. Yeah, I feel like I should take the time to learn a little bit more about more about servers and stuff. Not easy finding good chill streamers nowadays. Oh yeah, I feel that. Twitch is flooded with F indeed. Thanks for the F, Menos. Twitch is flooded with a lot of people, and there's a lot of good people and a lot of let's just say I've heard bad things. But I've had nothing but good experiences with you guys in chat. Pretty much everybody that's come by has been nice. Come on. You ever want to get into servers, let me know. I'm no expert, but learned a lot in getting mine up. See, I don't know what I'd get into servers for. I'm sure if the stream ever takes off a bit farther, then I would definitely... Oh, uh-oh. I once got in a Minecraft server running on my PC. Yeah, like, that's about the extent of, like, what I'd do with the server. But, like, I have a master's in information science, Miz, so, like, archiving and, like, particularly digital archiving is a big thing for me. If you're an audiophile, you could automate and run one to grab audio. That would be interesting, actually. It's like I'm very into things like digital archiving and digital preservation. So, you know, maybe one day. Mine is fully automated to grab TV and movies. You can do the same for music. That'd be interesting. Yeah, so like there's been all kinds of interesting developments when it comes to digital preservation. Like it's now possible to use Bitcoin as a way to preserve copyright, which is very interesting to me. Like basically you can use any sort of like artistic or copyrightable material and turn that into a hash code for your Bitcoin address. And from the guy who's telling me about it, apparently the algorithms will always come up with a new and unique code, so you'll never get a different one. And if somebody tries to steal your shit, it'll always come up with the same one based on the algorithm. But basically, like, you come up with this hash code, and then that's your Bitcoin address, and then you send like 1 cent worth of Bitcoin to that address, and then like attach a little note like that says your name, the copyright date, and so on, and like that essentially acts as the copyright for your piece. So if anybody ever wants to challenge that, they can pull up the Bitcoin address, which will never change. That money is not accessible to you. Like that 1 cent that you sent to that thing, like that's not you can't access that. That's not like your own bank account. It's just like Bitcoin floating in the ether, but that address specifically like is a registered copyright of your work. It is very interesting. Menos, we should talk about copyright sometime. Especially if you're gonna be dropping an EP sometime soon. Cool thing is it docks her images, I would imagine. So you get a few big drives that you can do a lot with. Yeah, like, I definitely want to get more people that are making music to be aware of their copyright and aware of what they can do with it. I think you would definitely benefit well from trying to set up a Creative Commons license on your music, Menos. Basically what that does is it gives people the ability to actually use it without having to worry about like breaking copyright or anything, but it still lets you retain the rights to your music and earn money off of it. That way people like me could just throw your music up in a stream and wouldn't have to worry about, you know, asking you permission directly. But that's a whole complicated thing. Like, we'd have to sit down and talk about that. I am not still in Sudbury, unfortunately. Sorry to say. Yeah, we're in London right now. Though you're always welcome to give me a call. I'm sure you can find my number from somebody. I'm sure Dan's still got my number. Just as long as you don't call me while I'm streaming. Haven't seen Dan in a long time, me either. I'm in London, Ontario. Just to clarify, Ms. Just so you know, like, there's a big difference between London, Ontario and London, UK. The London everybody really knows. Gotcha. My wife is from Canada, so it's all good. Yeah, it's always weird when, like, you're trying to Google something about where you live and you always have to, like, preface it, like, not that one. You know, you get used to, like restaurants near me, or, like, restaurants in London, or something. You can't just do that. Like, you always gotta look up, like, restaurants in London, Ontario. And even then, you'll still get stuff for other Londons across the world. I gotta say, this whole clinging to walls thing, not really doing me any favors. Just could have called it New London. I'm with you on that one, Ruthless. Probably would have got a power up if I had looked around for an invisible block. Sounds good, Minnows. You have a good day. Thanks for coming out. Not like this English are very creative with names anyways. No, not really. Like, all the street names around me are named after just, like, other cities in Canada. So there's, like, Vancouver, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Winnipeg, like... Alright. Also all the new something in every British colony. Oh yeah. Even here in Canada we got New Brunswick. And then every now and again they like to change it up a little bit by, you know, picking a different language to say new in. So like we've got Nova Scotia, which I believe is just supposed to be like New Scotland. New something at least. It is. Okay. Glad I was correct on that one. I mean, I just know Nova Scotia is the place where Newfoundlanders go to get jobs, but... Yeah, Newfoundland as well, but Nouvelle-Écosse, which is literally New Scotland, and then Newfoundland, yeah. Not very creative indeed. We've also got the Hmstd. Now Hmst have done that. Then there's, you know, the Northwest Territories, which aren't even as far northwest as they could be in Canada. They could be more west. I guess the Northern Territories don't really have... All four cats have joined you in the bedroom. Oh, I've been abandoned. Oh, no, I've got one. I got one. Elwood. Elwood, come here. No, he's off to go eat. He's hungry. He hungry. I don't think we're getting that. Well, Elwood's coming back. He's had his crunch and he's on his way back. Elwood has left the server. Sounds good, Miz. I might be ending off soon. I end off around 1 Eastern, so... But I'll be back later this evening. Back at 6 o'clock Eastern. 6 p.m. That's the word. Not a cool game. I just wanted the coins. Oh, that just goes back, doesn't it? Oh, now I gotta go through this again. Suppose I can just stand in the middle. Look at your lovely faces. F indeed. Waste of time, man. Chat, you're so beautiful. I could sit here and look at you all day. Glad Ruthless appreciates my comments. But there was more back there. I don't know how to get to it. After Resident Evil, I gotta figure out what to do with, Stardew Valley. Cause I don't... Like, obviously I want to play Stardew Valley, but I gotta figure out how I want to do it, how long I want to do it for. Cause I want to commit to the first 2 years just so that I can say I finished the game. Cause after two years, that's when the story mode ends. But I gotta figure out, like, I also don't want to finish the game and then suddenly, like, everybody expects me to be a Stardew Valley streamer. So, you know. Hopefully that makes sense. So, like, I don't want to be doing Stardew Valley every single day. So I gotta figure out, like, what's a good time for it, when are people gonna be here to watch it and stuff. And, like, you know, how frequently am I gonna have to do it? Like, is two times a week enough? Am I gonna have to do more or less? So, but yeah, like I'm probably gonna continue Resi 4 tonight. This game, I mean, this is just casual. Like, I have no solid commitments to it. I did say earlier that I kind of wanted to show off every level in this game, but like I'm not gonna sit here and like grind out getting every single star coin on stream just because I don't think that'll be very interesting. I don't know if I'll have a whole lot of fun doing that on stream, so I'm gonna do that on my own time. Pretty easy to pick back up, 2 times a week should be fine, yeah. I just don't know, like, you know, how long is a day gonna take? How many days are we gonna get through in a stream? And, you know, how long is that gonna translate into, like, in terms of, like, how long are we going to be playing Stardew Valley in the long run? Uh-oh. That didn't work out. Other than that, F indeed, thanks Ruth. Other than that, what else to play? Well, I got another follower goal down in the description there. Let me just confirm that it's there. Yeah, 100 followers is Persona 4. 50 followers is obviously Undertale Genocide Run, which we've been over. Yeah, that's why I set Persona 4 as a 100 follower goal, because I gotta get a splitter so that I can capture the PS3 and buy Persona 4, which is like $10, but and for $10, Persona 4 is going to be a lot of content to get out of that. I know people like their Persona. Depends on how you play Stardew. We'll have to chat about it. Yeah, PS3 comes first. Like, there's a couple of games on PS3 that I would like to do for game clearing as well, but I haven't landed on anything yet. Like, there's a couple games here and there that are like, these are games that I want to play, that I would like to play for game clearing, or just, you know, play in general. But most of them are games I don't own, and I don't really want to get into that big of a habit of buying a new game every single time I need a new game to play on stream. So that sounds expensive and terrible. But I've also got, what do you call it? That was bullshit. Like, I've got a bunch of games that I already have. We do not have that kind of disposable income. No, we do not. But, like, there's a bunch of games that I already have that I also want to play. Like, I'd like to do the, I've only ever played through the first Kingdom Hearts game, so I'd like to do the Kingdom Hearts franchise sometime. But that's a question of, like, well, how do I go about it? Like, do I just start with the one that I'm left off on, or, like, do I play through the first one again? So that, you know, I can build up some rapport with my audience and maybe get some more people in here. And then the real question with that is, if I play through all of the Kingdom Hearts games that I have, which is 1.5 and 2.5, which would be just 4 games, really. Since it's 4 games and 2 extra long movies that I don't think I can actually show on Twitch. And then it's like, if I do those, if I do 1.5 and 2.5, then what about 2.8 on PS4? And, you know, Kingdom Hearts 3 that comes out later this month. Excuse me. It's okay, game. I know what I'm doing. I realize it may not look like it sometimes. But I like to think I know what I'm doing. Oh. I'd like to not lose the mushroom that I just got. Please and thank you. That's a big block. I don't know, I might have to get that, splitter sooner than expected. It's cause like there's a lot of games that I wanna play on PS3. I like to try God of War 2, I like to do Uncharted 2, I like to do The Last of Us. All good games. Just don't have the means to show them off. Yeah, like, I own it, but I've never played The Last of Us. But like, I only just got a PS3 a couple years ago, so like, most of the games that I have on PS3 are... I can't remember who else suggested, I think it was John? John suggested doing a Little Big Planet. Somebody suggested Little Big Planet. It's a good game. From what I hear, a lot of people are very into The Last of Us. That's nice. I think I'll save this level for next time. No, I can't quit. What if I do this? There. That'll let me quit. Alright, wow. That'll be it for this afternoon, but we'll be back in about 5 hours for a I guess some more Resident Evil. Sorry, Ruthless, I'm abandoning you. You're gonna have to find your own entertainment for the next few hours. Maybe read a book or something. I don't know. Yeah, I think we'll be back with more Resident Evil 4 because I have no idea what else to stream. And have a good one, Ruthless, and everybody else that's watching. Thank you for coming out. You guys have a good one. I'll see you later tonight.